FICH was founded in 2010 with vision to see a generation of healthy, innovative, productive and self-reliant youth, women and families in the community. This is a vision that started after the conflict of Lord Resistance Army led by Joseph Kony for over 20 years in northern Uganda. FICH work to transform youth, women and families through education, training and opportunities in a thriving communities. FICH works in schools and remote communities with poor infrastructure like roads, which limit access to more social services for women, children, and community in general. There's difficulties in access to health services and access to school for children. No clean water sources from the community where FICH has recently established and setting multi-purpose community development center. This is endangering the lives of young children and making them suffer from diarrhea, malaria, hence making children drop out of schools, which is also promoting teenage pregnancies. There is also limited access to information and technology equipment such as computers, printers, and internet usage. Our children cannot access information because they lack some of these technology, and providing this for the children will provide them access and knowledge on how to use them. In July 2013, I received a phone call invitation from someone called Emmanuel Otu, and he said he wanted to come to our office. I then directed him to our remote office in Lela, Alidi, Oyam district, here in Uganda. When he came, he introduced himself that he's from Global Fund for Children. When he went back to the United States of America, he sent me 31 questions to answer about FICH and myself, but I was not checking my email for close 2 weeks. But then the email he sent was already 13 days ago. So when I answered the questions, he responded later. He responded later that Global Fund for Children is going to give us the grant. Then we got our first grant from Global Fund for Children in 2013 after answering 31 questions that was sent by Emmanuel Oto, the staff from Global Fund for Children. I would spend several hours speaking about this, but in short, GFC supported FICH in several ways. The first one, GFC supported FICH to rebrand itself. Before we were called Fight to Improve Community Health, which did not represent what we do, but now we represented ourselves as Foundation for Inclusive Community Help, which brings all the programs that we do together. GFC supported FICH in terms of organizational capacity assessment, and we are able to understand our capacity based on the assessment done by the consultant. Also, GFC interaction with FICH has made and motivated human resource personnel. We are very much motivated as the team working within the organization. We have staff who have never left organizations, but they're very motivated because of the hope that they have in FICH growth, because of the partnership between FICH and Global Fund for Children. GFC supported FICH in fundraising and capacity in terms of influencing the policies. So at the moment, we are able to work with the policymakers and influence them to change what we really need for the children. Example, we are part of the civil society organizations influencing the curriculum reform for Uganda. Also, we are very privileged that we understand the office administrative procedures because we have the policies which has been developed by the board. So we have a very strong governing system governed by the board of directors who are very focused and concentrating to ensure that FICH succeed. Of recently, GFC supported FICH with a grant where we are able to establish multi-purpose community development center. You can see from the background the building we have just recently constructed with the support from GFC. So that is FICH agenda to shift the power to the community. And we were very much proud and excited to partner with GFC through Step Up program initiatives to ensure that we understand what shift the power means for the community. We have interacted with community members and realized that access to education And health services is a huge challenge in this community for children and young people because of the distance of these facilities. Also, the issues affecting children and young people in these communities: access to clean water, information and skills to use technology like computer and internet. Lack of skills to generate income from agricultural activities, since most of the community members and young people are farmers. FICH is shifting its administrative operations to the very remote communities and establishing the Multipurpose Community Development Center to bridge the gap and address effects of COVID-19 in the communities and the effects of conflict that happen in the region. This is also our Shift the Power agenda to strengthen power relationship with communities we serve so they can realize their full potential. Secondly, FICH is redesigning its programs approaches, which provide access to technology for program participants and underprivileged communities living in hard-to-reach areas. We have also started scaling youth in agricultural activities, especially in growing horticultural crops like cabbages, onion, tomatoes, among others, so that they are able to increase their household income and children can go back to school, young people can get employed. FICH have the advantage of being community-based with its office locations. This does not require a lot of administrative relevant operation cost during this limited funding moment. The COVID-19 is even providing us more opportunities to design cost-effective programs and get program participants involved in the process of decision-making. We are establishing community-based structures to continue providing services to program participants. For example, we have identified and strengthened community mentors who are role models to provide support to children and young people in the community. Young people foresee challenges in continuing and scaling some of the social programs due to limited funding for most community-based organizations like FICH. The most vulnerable and underprivileged communities will have the difficult time in coping up with new changes of access to services due to COVID-19. Young people think economic hardship will continue and many children may drop out of schools, especially girls. Young people hope for high creativity and motivation towards learning, since many people are losing their jobs and businesses are becoming depressed. FICH present and going closer to community with Multipurpose Community Development Center is providing opportunity for community and children to access information and network with local and international peers through internet and social inclusion programs such as sport activities in the center. You can see from the background, children are relieving their mind with the football. In addition to sport activities, the center will provide opportunity for emerging leaders to come together and discuss mutual interests to influence practices and policies. So this is the hope of young people in the community where we have shifted. Thank you very much. And